What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Venomcast. I am your host, John K, being joined by my good friend and co-host and guest on this episode, Kyle Zittel. He doesn't get paid enough for this. Everybody give him a round of applause. Um, the most decent one we have.
And the crowd goes mild.
And the crowd goes mild. You get more cheers than BJ McLeod, so it's okay.
That's not true.
We cheer like motherfuckers for BJ McLeod.
True. I love BJ McLeod.
I need to edit the Bristol vlog still. It's been a year. It's time to
It's been editing. A full year.
It's been a full year.
Getting close.
Yeah, probably should do that. Anyways, we are back. It has been a year since we've recorded. Zittel, what have you been up to besides being really decent?
Man, living, man. Just living. The most Midwestern answer I can give you. I've been living.
I see the Vegas Golden Knights banner next to you. Your squad won yourselves a championship.
We did. We won a championship in 2023, and you can't take that away from me.
Was that not last year?
We
won in 2012. Florida won this past year.
Yep.
Michigan won a national championship. I have a t-shirt flexing a little bit. That's okay. Gosh, we haven't done this in so long. My friend, what would you like to talk about? We ran Pocono last week. Kind of a rough week for you. I finally bounced back personally. Felt good. Would have liked the win, but second place is pretty good. I'll take that.
I'll take second place.
Yeah. We'll get you not this coming week. But we will get you. You're really good at Nashville Super Speedway, which is after our next race, and we are going to Bathurst.
Oi, mate, we going to Australia.
Mount Panorama, the Darlington of road courses, if you will. I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels like it.
I've never once heard Mount Panorama be described as the Darlington of road courses.
I just came up with it. Give me a break. I thought it was pretty solid. I think it's a good comparison.
It's something. It is. It's something to drive in every car that you attempt to do anything in on that track.
Now we're taking these big hulking piece of shit NASCAR trucks.
Matchboxes with wheels.
Gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Pocono. I know Kyle doesn't really want to. Brody Gunter, I think his second start since running Legend cars all summer long, which he did fairly well and picked up a win at the Charlotte. What's it called? The Charlotte Shootout? Charlotte Summer Shootout?
The Summer Shootout, yeah. Running the Legends Oval over at Charlotte. I think he got the run with Little Harvick.
I can't remember if he did or not. I think I gave him crap about it, but I'm not sure if he actually did or not. But big round of applause for Brody. He did pretty good. I mean, that's racing real cars is awesome. I'm very jealous. And then picks up the win at Pocono, little bastard. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's all jokes. I love it. Brody's a good kid. Internet a little janky sometimes, but Brody's good people. I finished second. Hunter Engrav finishes third. Hunter put on a show at Pocono. I don't know how he was so good with his tires, but he was. Hayden Palumbo, fellow teammate at Superkick, who I forgot in my interview. Sorry, Hayden. I love you. Finishes fourth. Luke Peterson, the top 5. I feel like that's his. I feel like that might be his first of the season. It's been an interesting season for driver 38. I'm doing a quick scan. I don't see him anywhere for top 5s.
You finished second at North Wilkesboro and fourth at Richmond.
Oh, so 2 top 5s. Good for Luke. Third top 5 now with the Pocono finish. Brantley Gainey in 6th place. I didn't realize Brantley ran that well. That's huge for him. That camel truck looks really good.
It does. I love how that looks.
That's a good looking truck. I wonder who painted that. I wonder if he did that.
He might have. I think he's done all of his own paints.
Yeah, he's got some good looking rides. Zach Lockett finishes in 7th. I think, I'll be honest. I have to sneeze. I will also. I'm a professional. Damn it, I shouldn't have to sneeze. Zach Lockett finishes 7th. I'll be honest, because I'm a media pundit now. Because of this for Venom stuff. Again, back like we never left. Zach Lockett might have my vote for most improved driver this year. He's had speed. Yep. We'll get to another guy in a minute. It's a toss up between the two, but Jan Van Leer, 2-time winner this year, by the way. Jan Van Leer finally popped his cherry. Happy for Jan. Finishes 8th. Josh Freed, really impressive rookie season from Josh. He finishes 9th. Matt Schlosser, there we go, finishes in 10th. He was also the sponsor of the race, which I think he works for the Maryland tourism thing. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works.
I just know he's from Maryland, so I think
makes sense.
That's just where it came from.
I wasn't sure if that was story or real. Paul Ellison comes home in 11th. Oz Kanar, Tyler Logan, Michael Dean, and Steve Roman round out the top 15. Andy Poliski in 16th. I wonder what happened to Andy. I saw him getting the wall when we looked at incidents, but I'm not sure other than that.
I think it was mostly just getting caught up in traffic. I mean, there was it was hard to do anything.
We'll get to that in a minute. My vote for most popular driver, and I'm starting, not the petition, that's not the right word. I'm starting the campaign. There we go. Right now, it's voting season, people. Tyler Berger, driver of the 44, going to be your most popular driver this year. I'm calling it now. Tyler finishes in 17th. Cole Maxwell in 18th. Garrett Rainey in 19th. Rob Williams in 20th. I'm not sure what happened to Garrett. I thought he was running up higher than that. Might have got some damage.
He got into the first wreck of the race.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about a lot of stuff. I was pretty focused on trying to not suck, and I think we accomplished that. I don't think my second place finish is exactly exemplary. No. Is an example of how I actually ran, but it's fine. Kyle finishes 21st after getting involved in a wreck. Pascal Samard in 22nd. I'm not sure what happened to Pascal either.
I think he was in the first wreck too.
Oh man, that sucks. Pascal's another person. He's improved a lot since he joined Venom. And Pascal, if you ever see this, I don't know how to speak French, but you do speak some English, so it's okay. I am very proud of you. You have progressed very well, my friend. Kenneth Graves finishes in 23rd. Mark Dillon Jr. finishes 24th. Josh Jackson in 25th. And then Gary Clark, Josh Motacek, Rodney Matney, Jeremy McKinnon, Austin Holyfield, who is my other, that's kind of the toss-up for most improved driver. Austin's had a ton of speed at places. He's gotten really good at short tracks. You really got to watch out for that guy. I remember there was this other guy who was okay at the short tracks, started getting better, and then started doing stuff at big tracks. I'm not gonna name names, but yeah, could be a weapon here very soon. I would not be surprised if Austin Holyfield won at a short track. I don't think we have any more other than Bristol, Nashville Super, not Nashville Super Fairgrounds. If Austin puts one together, I would not be surprised. Another person that I wouldn't be surprised if they did it is Eric Breeding. Eric's had a lot of speed lately too. Bad luck.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Corey Rutherford, Chad Stearns, for the people that don't get the inside joke. Jordan Jorno, who actually, again, another person we usually don't see up front, had a lot of speed at Pocono. Disappointing with a 34th, I'm sure. Name redacted, finishes 35th because nobody gives a shit about that guy being an asshole. And 36, I probably should cut that out, but I'm not going to. 36 is Ryan Dye as his rough season continues.
That's a word for it.
Yeah. Garrett, not Garrett, who was it? I don't remember who it was. Somebody made a joke. His paint scheme was fantastic. It was pictures of all of his trucks.
It was Garrett.
Was it Garrett? I didn't want to out Garrett like that.
It's funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
It's funny that he said it, but it's less funny that it happened.
Yeah, I I did not anticipate
Because
it
you would have
happening.
liked, because you would have liked to see him finish where he, deserves to finish in the top
Yeah,
10, top
absolutely.
15, whatever, and go, hey, you had a chance to do something that nobody could
Yeah.
ever accomplish again.
Yeah, he DNF'd every truck he's ever ran in one race. I think that's
Mm.
very impressive, also very dubious at the same time.
Right.
My gosh, I'm sorry, Ryan. I love you. I am not gonna cut out the part I said about who finished 35th because I have strong opinions about that. Um, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about this because I want to make it known. I don't dislike a lot of people, right? It takes a lot for me to dislike you, but when you constantly treat people like trash, and I don't give a shit if you drive in real life or not, but if you're gonna treat people like trash and you're gonna race like an asshole and then not be remorseful about it and post stupid shit in people's YouTube comments, you gotta get what you deserve. I'll be honest. So yeah, if you see this and you like that guy, I'm not gonna like you any less if I like you, but um, yeah, I think I needed to address that. I needed to get that off my chest. I know there's a lot of people in the league that know how I feel, and quite frankly, if the guy sees it, I don't care because I'm not going to see him on track ever again. So, um, it is what it is. Don't be an asshole. You don't have to race super hard all the time. There's a lot of laps. You're either going to get somebody or you're not. And you don't have to take them 3 wide at fucking North Wilkesboro to get it done either. And then, cause yet another caution when you're bitching about how many laps we ran under green. Now that I've got that out of the way, Siddle, anything you want to add, sir?
Nope.
Nope. Ziddle's had enough. Gosh, I feel bad. We have sponsors for this episode. I feel terrible that I'm going on this little rant, but it had to be said. So maybe I should have cut it out, but it's okay. We'll most everybody knows how I am anyways, so it's fine. If we lose sponsorship, I will and you message me and you actually want to sponsor, my Venmo is open. Rent's expensive. So now that we've got that out of the way, Ziddle, we have sponsors. How about you shout out the first one? I know, right? Sponsors. This is cool.
Sponsors? Us? No way. Well, one of them is some of our good friends over at Turn 200. They sponsored this Venomcast. Make sure to catch all of their action on Tuesday nights. For us, the Venom Truck Series is taking off at 8 p.m. Eastern, alongside their other great broadcasts. Monday nights, check them out for the Super Formula Racing Series, the return of Truck 200 in November, December. On Wednesdays, their Daredevil Series, Lotus 79 Open Wheelers, the ASRL Sports Cars Series that comes along when Daredevil takes a break. Thursdays, the Maximum Velocity Truck Series. So 2 trucks, 3 trucks possibly coming to the channel. Big thank you to Tommy and Matt for everything they do. 2 of the best in the business. Head on over to their YouTube channel and check out everything that they have.
Ziddle, we kind of talked about it before the show went live. Mount Panorama, Bathurst. Well, we talked about that in itself already, but it's gonna be. I have a question. Are we gonna see our first yellow in road course competition in Venom?
Yeah.
I think
yes.
I think we are.
It's gonna be inevitable. I think if you're not familiar with Bathurst and the name or the actual name of Mount Panorama, that's no joke. You drive up a mountain.
Yep.
And driving up that mountain also includes roads with walls on both sides, and both of those walls are very close together. I think one is inevitable. One is gonna happen somehow. Somebody's gonna bounce it off of one of those walls. Somebody's gonna get real familiar with one of those sponsors and turn sideways, and somehow it's gonna happen. I got my money on one.
It's gonna be bad. I mean, yeah. If the over under was set at 0.5, I would be taking the over easily. I think we'll definitely see the first one. And I'm saying this, I have a lot of confidence in everybody. I do. I've seen the work that people put in. I know there's people I know you've turned laps. I know I've turned laps. I know Luke's turned laps. I know, goodness gracious, there's plenty of people that have turned laps already. Um, it is gonna be wild. And I'll be honest, I love the track. I think I wanted to make a YouTube video about it a while back and make some joke about American Dummy drives up the mountain, and show my progression to getting faster and faster in the V8 supercar at Bathurst. But that didn't work out. But I put in a lot of laps to try and make that video happen. I just ran out of time to actually get it done and set up around Bathurst time. So maybe that'll be a next year thing, just like the Bristol vlog. Um, but it's so I said it's like the Darlington of road courses, and I really mean that because like what is the NASCAR equivalent like oval track wise to what we're gonna do at Bathurst? And I think the thing that comes the closest is Darlington.
I can kind of see it. The Darlington part of it is kind of that corkscrew downhill part of the S's. That part I can kind of see because it's so tight and just you got to hit marks to keep the speed up and keep going. And it's a lot like Darlington in that way that you got to really find your mark. And then what makes it that, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's a lot different. It's the most different track we've ever run.
Yeah, I think just the level of focus it's going to take, because I mean 30 laps is a lot of opportunities to make a mistake. Oh, yeah. And there's plenty of places where you can make a mistake at that track. I mean, like you said, specifically, I mean, the whole track is the mountain, really, but you know, getting to the top and then heading down the mountain, and it's gonna be an experience for sure. I hope everybody's ready. I hope you're practicing. If you see this, if it comes out in time, it should come out Saturday, Sunday maybe. We'll see how I'm feeling, but gosh, it is going to be like sex in a festival. It is going to be fucking intense. So something that was good. Thank you. So something else I want to talk to Ziddle, since you are our esteemed guest today. Everybody else shut us out because they were like, "What the fuck's the Venomcast?" This has been extremely unprofessional. It's our first one back though. We'll clean it up next time. We got denied by all of our guests. Ziddle, you are sitting very close to the playoff cut line. I don't know how many points back you are of it now. I didn't think to look beforehand.
Drop the spot to 16th. 1, 2. It's like 20 something.
20 something points back to the cut line. And now 20 points, because we use like the older version of NASCAR points where it's like 5 points per position, something like that. Like starts at 5, goes to 4, goes to 3, whatever. How confident are you feeling? Obviously, Mount Panorama, gonna be a tough one. I mean, really, my advice to you that I'm gonna share on air is just take it easy. You know, don't hit you don't have to, it's not every lap's a qualifying lap, right? So just kind of don't hit the wall, basically. But then we go to Nashville Super Speedway where you're good. Like, I will be honest, I've seen Ziddle run really, really dang good at Nashville Super Speedway. Nashville Fairgrounds is the next week. I think that it's a driver's track, and I think that's where you thrive, is driver's tracks. And then we go to Indianapolis, which is going to be interesting.
I ran pretty good at Indianapolis the last time we did it.
And again, I think that's another track that kind of suits your style. There's a lot of drafting, and I mean, not that it's a drafting track, but there's a lot of drafting, and you are extremely hard to pass. We make jokes about you being.
I've been told.
Yeah, we make jokes about you being Ryan Newman. But the thing that makes you so hard to pass is you're good. Like, it's so What track out of those? We'll say those three because I mean, there's an obvious answer for one of the questions. Which track do you feel the most comfortable going to as we come to the playoff cut line?
It's definitely Super Speedway. Um, that one is just. It's kind of like you said. It's weird for my driving style. I mean, everybody knows that I really like super speedways. I understand the drafting and making moves and getting in line and all that stuff. And then like Auto Club in Michigan are my two other favorite tracks, which just so happen to be Daytona and Talladega with tire wear and
Yeah.
lift. So, I finished second or third at Auto Club the last time I was personally there. And when the broadcast guys asked me, you're like, this is like one of your kind of tracks. And I thought, I was like, no, not really. But it's a big track that's wide. And you, while there is a line that you have to run, just like Daytona and Talladega, it's conserving tire and it's lifting. And that's still one of my favorite tracks. Nashville Super Speedway is none of that. It's not big. It's not very fast.
It's not very wide either.
No, and you have to use a lot of brake, or some brake to get it into the corner and run it. But for some reason, every time we run there, I run really well, and I run well in officials there, and I run. Do I win? No, but I do pretty good. I hang around people who week in and week out are really good everywhere.
So
Yeah, it's definitely fairground. It's definitely Nashville Super Speedway, and then Indianapolis.
So, and then I guess that just leaves one for the next one. Which track are you most worried about? And I think the answer between those three is pretty obvious, considering you just threw in Indianapolis.
Fairgrounds is, if you look at my short tracks throughout all of Venom, it's not my favorite thing. It's survive and advance. I run pretty good at Bristol, and when your best finish is sixth, and it's this year, I'm just trying to survive. I'm not very good at fast runs or short runs. I'm trying to just get an emotion. I'm trying to just get the tires not to wear out completely. And it's like when Jan's won 2 short tracks this season. I think he pitted once at both of them and just stayed out.
Yeah, I think he pitted once.
Right, and just stayed out. And it's like, man, I could have done that.
Yeah,
I would have known that was going to work. I would have done that too.
Right,
but
that's kind of
in the back of my mind, after I think about it, I could have done that. I would have been fucking freight trained because I know I can't run so many short spurts in a row.
Yeah,
and stay up front without getting passed. But
yeah, it's definitely what bit me in the ass too. At Thompson and Wilkesboro was pitting. Combined like 50 cautions between those two races, which
right. That doesn't help either.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning about you don't have to race so hard every lap. If you take it easy and you let it get strung out a little bit, it's a lot easier to race one person instead of 20 at the same time. But guys will learn that, and I think Jesus Christ, I hope we learned our lesson as we get ready for the playoffs here in a couple weeks, starting at Bristol. Which, I'll be honest, I want that jar of honey really bad. I've talked about it a lot. I can't even begin to describe how bad I want that freaking jar of honey, man. Unbelievable. But we will have more guests coming here soon, and we will definitely be talking more as the playoffs begin. I'm going to force myself to do it because I need to have a little more fun and not be so fucking uptight about everything. Lord knows that's what happens. As much as I say, I'm not worried about it, Yeah. There's a little
Very
piece.
worried.
There's a little piece of me that that always in the back of my head's like, but what if this happens? And I'm like, can you shut up for like 2 seconds so I could just do this and be okay? Um, I think that's part of what. Not that I think I would have won it. I think it was we're in season what 8 now, so season 6 kind of choked down the stretch. Um, much like Sheldon Creed does every week. God. I think that was part of it was I was just like so focused. I didn't take time to freaking have any kind of fun whatsoever. And hey, I tell you what, that's when I run good is when I have fun and then I run good and then I start worrying about stuff and I run like crap. So
Yep.
back to having fun on my side of things. We talked about
Only,
Zittles.
the only guy I know that worries so much and has 3 wins.
Yeah.
I wish I worried as much as you did.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's what I don't know. There's something wrong with me. I definitely have
We
like
know.
anxiety and stuff. But I guess real quick, since Ziddle mentioned it, 3 wins on the season. I hit 10 career wins. That's a pretty big milestone. There's not many of us that have done it. I think it's pretty
Nope.
cool. I think it's pretty damn cool to have done it. Let's see, all-time wins list. Let's see, Nathan, Andy, Jeff. So I was the 4th one to do it. I think that's pretty special. Pretty special. It's really hard to win in this league. There's so many good people. So many good people. They got to race on a week
That's
to
the
week
thing that's
basis.
made it. That's the thing that's made this season so different so far is that the the amount of people we brought in that were there was no learning curve. They were good straight off. Hayden really good straight off. Hunter, we've run with him in Truck 200 and other stuff. Really good right away. Josh Freed, again, another guy just out of the box.
Yeah.
Looked really good. You always need a couple guys that are new that can jump straight to the top and make that less comfortable for everybody that's always up there. But then when you have new guys that can sit in that top 10 and just hover around there, that's guys like me. That makes you want to beat those guys to go, I've been here forever. And it's like shit. All right.
Oh.
Now I got a little bit more. Now you got, guys like Zach Lockett, he's coming into his own and getting better. Tyler Logan, he's not always, he's only missed 1 race, but he's always around and running really well. Austin Holyfield, like you said, is coming back around. If Eric's luck stops being bad, he's always up there. Yeah, I mean, we got guys that are getting better, and that's really all that matters. Is guys stick around, guys come around, and they get better.
Yeah, I think we've moved away because so I'll go back to when I joined. I was one of those guys. I was fringe top 10, and not that the league was super well established. It was only in its it had only been 1 full season since I joined. Joined at the beginning of season 2, which actually I think it's pretty close to my 3-year anniversary of being in here. Funnily enough, but yeah, a couple weeks away. So it's crazy the way the dynamic has changed because it's gone much more from because there was a lot of people like me when I joined. A lot of people just trying to learn and get better and all that happy stuff. And now we've got guys that are coming in that are really good. And I wish, man, I will say this right now. I wish I was as good at saving tires as Hunter was because that is incredible. He blew my freaking doors off at Charlotte, and I was like, hot dang, I wish. And then Pocono, he made a big run late. It's just it's cool getting to compete against guys like that because I'm okay at saving tires. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty okay at it. But it's you get a guy like that, and it's man, I wonder what he does, and I would love to pick his brain at some point. Hopefully, when we're not both battling for a championship, and kind of see what I could do differently because it's incredible. the things he does, and it's really fun to race against him. And you mentioned Josh Freed. If I think if Hunter wasn't around as a rookie, Josh Freed would probably have rookie of the year pretty close to wrapped up. I'd think. I don't know how many rookies we have. I'll be honest. I don't. It's hard to
Hayden.
pay. Oh, Hayden. Oh yeah, Hayden's really good too. I've seen Hayden feels like he's been around forever though, so
Right.
it's hard to look at him as a rookie. But Josh Freed does. He has times where he just pops up in the top 10, and it's like, how did he get here? Like this
Yeah.
is impressive. He's a lot of fun to race around too. I mean, I'd say that's the big thing. It's fun to race people. I love like it's been fun to race around a lot of these people. Some not so much, but um, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Schlosser's another one. Love racing around Matt Schlosser. Always fast too, which is crazy. I, it's it's competitive and I love it. I I love it. And then I mean, just everywhere people are still. We've moved away from a teaching league. We're still a teaching league, but now it's just more competitive, and I think it's bringing the best out of everybody.
Yeah. The teaching part comes along with the getting better part and racing alongside of those same people. That's the that's the part that makes it good. Is that you can tell everybody tells everybody everything. There's not really a hiding. I could I could load it up right now and tell Andy what I'm doing, and this sucks. I can't do this. I can't do that. He's not my teammate. We are racing against each other week in and week out. He will tell me everything. Hey,
Yeah.
do this, do that. Look at this. You know, you're doing too much over here. You're doing too much over there, and that's great that you can have a guy that is quote your competitor and still just go, hey, this is how you get better at doing this.
Yeah, if I wasn't so dumb, I would help a lot more people. But they're like, "How do you do this?" I'm like, "Oh, I just kind of freaking whoop, and do it." And it's like, I
Yeah.
don't. I wish I
For
could
some
explain.
people, the teaching part's a lot easier for people than the doing part, and then doing part is how'd you do that? I don't know. I did
Just
it.
did it. Yeah. I'm big on that. But yeah, I think that's a great example. Honestly, talking about Andy, there's been a lot of times I've been like, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. And he's like, I'm doing this, this, and this, and I'll like try it, and I'm like, oh, that feels pretty good. And then you kind of just do your own thing off of that. And once you figure out kind of what he's doing, and it's like even if you know what he's doing and you're racing against him, because like I've raced Andy up front a lot. Um, Man, he can tell you exactly what he's doing, and there's sometimes you can't beat him. He's so good. And
Yep.
that's a quality I admire. Like
Yep.
it's pretty badass to be able to tell somebody like it's like in
Yeah.
baseball, you
That's
tell somebody you're gonna throw a fastball and then you just blow their doors off and you're
oh
like,
crap.
yeah,
I am. Yep.
see ya.
That's the part about being in a fixed league too, is we can tell each other everything. Because it really doesn't matter. Under the hood, it's the exact same thing. So this is just I'll tell you how to run a line. I'll tell you where to break. I'll tell you where to get back on it. I'll tell you how to run it. Get good, and
Yeah,
then I'll still watch people blow my doors off with all their information, and it's just like okay, I'll get it.
yeah. It's just there's just some things, and it's like, and it's different for everybody. You can tell somebody one thing and they'll still struggle, and you can tell somebody else the same thing and it'll click, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I've been doing this the whole time." Um, but yeah, I think that's a great spot to leave it off for a first episode. First episode back, I should say. It's been a while. We've been here. We just been racing. Ziddle, any final thoughts from you?
No, I don't think so. Just hoping for a good rest of the season. Hopefully, um, when we get around to the playoffs, it's a good um, it'll be a good test because we haven't done anything like this ever. So we've always had 15 straight and 15 straight, and that's it. But we took our 15 and then we added 5 on the backside, and we're going to cut it off. So it's going to be one of those cutoffs, and There's going to be a top 10 with just points, so no winning in. And yeah, it'll be cool. I think it'll be really cool.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. Kind of. At the same time, I wish it was just the 15 straight races and call it a day. Because I know what's coming after race 20, and it's another long ass break, and I don't really want a long ass break, especially in the middle of winter when I'm going to have nothing to do.
We'll have some fun coming around. Those mini stocks look fun.
I was going to say, I've heard a mini stock thing will start up. That'll be interesting.
Hopefully they'll run better than the SRX car did.
Man, I'm still pissed. I wish I'd have got to run the SRX more. That Eldora race was a freaking blast. I was cruising around there. I had so much fun.
That car was a mess. I had no clue how poorly it drove.
I didn't drive it on anything else other than Eldora, and I think it was great on dirt. I'll be honest, but that's just me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. From me, John K, my partner. There we go, Kyle Zittle. Thank you to our sponsors, NASCAR Report, which will soonly be rebranded. I'm keeping that a secret, though. That's not my thing to say. RJ Starcevic or oh god, Starcevic. We're just gonna go with Starcevic. And then shout out Turn 200. We're also sorry for all the cussing. It'll be cleaned up next episode. But yeah, so shout out to those guys. And shout out to all you in Venom that are still watching. Everybody on my YouTube that decided to click on this for some God known reason. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you very soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
God damn it.
You wrote Super Formula on here twice.
I thought I deleted it. My bad.